And on and on. People are so creative. No, Itsuko, no. What's up, Kayla? Happy birthday to Mariah. Today's her actual birthday. I know we've been talking about it for 4 or 5 days, but today's her actual birthday. The biggest pain in my ass, but she's my pain in the ass.
What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Happy birthday, Mariah. She's probably not even here yet. All these are just wasted. Happy birthdays. She doesn't even care. Here we go.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is?
What?
Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. What's everybody up to? What's happening? What's up? So, by the way, Narc, I didn't know you're the same guy I'd been talking to on Twitter. Welcome. Phil, our buddy Phil, longtime friend of the show, Phil, had court today. And I don't know if you guys have seen, I'm sure you've seen the little rundown of court. A couple people went. I think Jennifer Winkler went. Of course, Melon McFruity Pants, he went. Who didn't go to court, you're asking me? Who was not there that probably should have been there? Who was that? Oh, that was Phil Godlewski. Imagine bringing a case that's cost you probably tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars because this company destroyed your life. And when you get your chance to go to court, you don't present a case. You just say, nah, this is your entire case. Nuh-uh. Wait till I get on the stand. Nuh-uh. Wait till I get there. He has not presented a case. Yeah, welcome. I saw the narc and I thought maybe it's the same person, but then I don't know. I forgot about it. I got ADHD or some shit. Anyways, your entire case hinges on nuh-uh. Oh, you got the victim statement? Nuh-uh. Oh, you got thousands of her text messages? Nuh-uh. Oh, you got all the witnesses around it? Nuh-uh. Oh, you figured out I'm lying about basically everything in my life? Nuh-uh. Oh, you want an NDA? Nope. So he went to court, and I guess, so this is oral arguments on whether or not the case should be dismissed, and they're asking for dismissal with prejudice, right? They're asking for a dismissal with prejudice. So, what do we have going on? Well, the judge apparently talked about the case, went over the case, read some of the most sexually explicit parts of the case, put that out there. I'm very critical of Phil, or at least seemed to be very critical of Phil. He's the judge on the stand said, he's flat out said Phil pled guilty to inappropriate contact and text, then read the parts of the tweets with the worst sexual context allowed in the courtroom. The judge asked Phil's attorney, which is now Bowers, right? Judge asked Phil's attorney, which is now Bowers, Timothy Bowers. I think they're all named Tim, which is getting weird. If Phil would claim that January 6th was a criminal insurrection, the judge asked Phil's lawyer if Phil Godlewski would claim that January 6th was a criminal insurrection, and his lawyer said, I don't know what my client would say, Your Honor, but we all know it was. I don't know what your client would say, Your Honor, but we all know it was. Do we all know it was? Is Phil one of the alls or? Uh. Anyways, so the judge at the end of this, they both talked. They talked the case over. He saw the motion that was presented. He said he had a good grasp on the facts of the case. Like I said, he read some of the most sexually explicit messages. I think this is really good for Scranton Times, okay? Because he says, I feel like I have a good grasp on the case. He's read some of the most sexually explicit text messages that were included. He said, and he's not buying this bullshit like Phil claims. Those aren't even his text messages. Get the fuck out of here. He said, that the guy literally pled guilty to inappropriate sexual contact with a minor. Like, the judge said that from the stand, and then said that he would make a ruling, right? So this is the oral arguments. We weren't expecting probably to hear a ruling. This will be something he writes out. He said he's going to be writing it himself. He would write the opinion himself, so that could delay it some because he's not dictating and have somebody write it out for him. He had a pretty good grasp of the case, but he's going to have to read it and go over it and do the thing. And then we'll have a ruling. I think if it was me, I would probably put a 90-10 chance. 90% of dismissal with or without prejudice. Probably with prejudice, and probably a 10% chance of it going to court. So it just blows my mind that the judges let him get away for so long without presenting, which I guess it's not the judge to be his mom or his dad, right? It's not their job. But Phil hasn't even presented a case. Nuh-uh. They didn't have, nuh-uh. I don't know. He doesn't even participate in his own case. He doesn't show up. He hasn't been part of this. I don't know. It's just wild to me. Just blows my mind that I don't know. Like, did he think that the Scranton Times would just bow out and be like, oh, well, we're not going to court. How much do you want? Or did he think that, I don't know. I understand that Phil, being like the narcissist he is, thinks that if he gets in front of a jury, he can basically convince them of anything, right? Just like he thinks he can convince your grandma of anything. It doesn't help that he's played this character online and thousands of people hang on every word he says, right? That reinforces his belief that he's some type of smooth operating con man, because it's not like he's just disillusioned and believes stuff that he's seen on social media. He claims that he's a secret agent. Obviously, he isn't, right? He claims that he's part of Trump's team. He isn't. He claims that he's some type of secret spy. He isn't. He claims that he's going to Italy to set up their emergency broadcast system. He isn't, right? He's none of these things. So it's not just like when we watch like Deplorable Deb or whatever that woman's name was, where she like watches the media and Trump and the alt media and she believes that shit. This is something different, right? Either way, I don't know. It's just mind blowing. Hopefully we will get some type of ruling ASAP. We'll see what's going on with it, but hopefully Phil did launch an app tonight. It's the same app that we've been talking about for weeks, right? And it's the PG Patriot app. I pulled it up the other day. It's basically a free app. Then you pay when you're inside of it for I don't know how much a year or whatever. And it just links back to all of his other shit. So I don't know. I know he did like a GoFundMe or a GiveSendGo. I call them all GoFundMes. I don't actually mean the website. I just mean crowdfunding, right? He did a GoFundMe for the legal costs, and he says that he was refunding that. He never did, as far as I know. But that's not even a drop in the bucket of the legal costs he's got now. This was from Fairy Godmother. Judge still seems. Let me see. Judge still seems like he might let it go to jury, but he also seemed very critical of Phil. He flat out said Phil pled guilty to inappropriate contact and text and then read parts of the worst sexual text aloud. Judge asked Bowers if Phil was claiming J6 was a criminal insurrection, and Bowers said, I don't know what my client would consider it, but we all know it was. Chris Kelly was there, and Hinton was great. The judge was pretty tough on Bowers. Phil didn't show up. It's over. Judge will issue a written ruling. He possibly could let it go to a jury. I used to think there was a 5% chance of that. Now I'd say there's maybe a 25% chance. That was from Fairy Godmother. She was there. So it's hard to be a judge. A judge should, if there's any merit whatsoever or any ruling to be had and there's relief to be had, a judge should let it go to a jury. That's his job, right? The things that he would throw out immediately is if, like, it doesn't actually violate some type of ordinance or law or whatever. There's no relief to be granted at all. He shouldn't be unilaterally deciding cases, right? Because if you go and have a valid case and you go in front of a judge and you think you have a valid case and the law says you have a valid case, so your judge just throws your case out, you would be pissed about that. So they're supposed to err on the side of, is there merit? You know, is there a case to be had here? Is there relief that could be granted if this case went through and the plaintiff won or the defendant won? Is there, like, what can we do here? And they should let it continue. But I just don't think Phil's put up a case. I just don't think that there is a case here. I don't think there's any merit here at all. So, who knows? I don't know what this is. Oh, I know exactly what that is. Some people talking on the phone with Phil's law attorney. Wow. So there you go. That's Phil's case. We got some other things going on. So I guess I was mentioned in a Script Keeper video. I don't know much. I just don't know much about. So Script Keeper unblocked me. So here's what happened on Twitter yesterday. Here's what happened on Twitter yesterday. You guys know who Q-Rash is. Crash, PA Trump girl that Phil went after. What the fuck? Department of Government Efficiency. Eat a bag of dicks. So you know Q-Rash, Crash, she is like somebody on Twitter. I honestly believe most of the stuff she posts, like, she believes it. Like, I don't think it's a grift. I don't think she's making it up. I don't think she's claiming to be a secret agent. I don't agree. Fundamentally, I disagree with, like, 90% of the stuff she posts. But she also posts a lot of news stories, and at least she includes the link to the article. So every once in a while, she'll say something, and I'll hop on there and say something, or somebody will mention me in her comments or whatever. Like, I don't really have an issue with her, right? I don't think she's out here grifting and lying to people. I think she's one of the cases where she's heard this stuff and she believes it. I don't think she claims like she's some type of secret government agent or she's breaking in, doing this, doing that, whatever, right? None of that. So occasionally when I get tagged in her post, I'll comment or whatever. So Script Keeper leaves a message. She's like, I guess there's a thing between Script Keeper and Mike Gill, and that includes Michelle Moore and PA Trump girl, Crash. And between those two things, so Script Keeper hops in. He's like, "Oh, I know you're friends with Will. He's always over here. I see your comments going back and forth, blah blah blah." So I was like, the reason I comment on some of her stuff before instead of like a Phil type interaction is because I don't believe she's grifting. I don't believe she's out here lying to people. I don't believe she's doing this. She legitimate believes it. And when she posts a news story, she at least posts the source. I might not like the source, but a lot of it's mainstream articles. So she still at least posts the mainstream sources for some of the stuff she shares. And I was like, I was going to leave that response to Script Keeper, but he has me blocked. So I put, Script Keeper has me blocked like a fucking bitch. So here's the response I was going to leave. And then he unblocked me, and he's like, "Will hates Trump. Tell me you hate Trump." So I gave the backstory of like, you know, I voted for Trump twice. I campaigned for Trump. I worked the phone banks for Trump. I did the whole spiel, but I no longer support Trump. I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. And he's like, well, you know what Q is and what is QAnon? Are they the same thing? So I gave a definition for that. It was like a weird 21 questions type thing. So then I guess his big own on me was like, it was like someone else was commenting and like taking shots at me for over Phil stuff or something. And they're like, he's like, leave Will alone. He has to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, or he has to get up early for work in the morning. And I was like, I do not get up early, dude. Like, that's honest, right? I don't get up early. He's like, bullshit. I hear you on your stream bitching about how early you have to get up every night. You're like, I got to get up super early. And I was like, you're out of your mind, dude. I work at my leisure, right? I set my own schedule. I have to be able to because, I got fucking PTSD. There's some days I can't come in. I can't do shit. Like, I'm freaking out and checking the windows. Plus, I get a disability check. Plus, I stream till like 3 in the morning, dude. I stream till like 3 in the morning. There's no way I'm getting up at, because he asked me 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And I was like, there's no way. But I guess the own was, like, I'm not a good enough streamer. I'm not a good enough streamer to, like, make it, so I have to work a job. Like, unlike Nick Alvear, who makes, like, $30,000, $40,000 a month, I guess I'm not good enough, so I still have a regular job. I don't know what all that was about. But anyways, it degraded into... He's like, oh, you must really make money streaming. I was like, well, not really. Like, I make some money streaming, but I get a disability check through the VA. I do work a job, like, off and on, kind of at my leisure, unless there's, like, a big project. It's really doing a favor. I got volunteered for this job. I wasn't looking for a job when I got it. And between all that pays my bills. I got subscribers. I got Patreon. I got, I get ad revenue money. Plus, I live in a super... Like, the place I live in is, like, super, super low cost of living. Like, I couldn't do what I do now and live somewhere in California. That's triple the fucking cost of living. Like, it's just between my VA check, the little bit of money I make streaming, the little bit of money I work on a kind of non-traditional job that I do as, like, a maintenance guy for a campground. The between those three, I pay my bills, whatever. I'm not stacking $30,000-$40,000 in the bank, but I pay my bills usually on time, unless we have a really bad month. But if I wanted to cut all of that out and go to my bare minimum, my absolute bare minimum, I could probably just about make it on my disability check. Stop streaming, stop paying for the office, stop eating out, stop everything. I could probably just about make it on my disability check, plus maybe work a day or two a week. So then I get mentioned in his videos. And I don't, he was cool about it last night because he's like, I don't make any money. And I was like, well, you could. Like, you're on Rumble, you're on X. Those are platforms that have ad revenue. Why aren't you doing that? And he's like, well, I guess everybody makes money. I'm the idiot, huh? And I was like, oh, here he is. And I was like, even fucking Tim Pool makes like $5,000 every 2 weeks tweeting because he's like, oh, Rumble censored me, so I just stream on X. And I was like, well, X has ad revenue. Tim Pool makes $5K every 2 weeks just tweeting. We just looked at that. But this is it. I said I have a Twitch subs, ad revenue, Patreon. You don't get ad revenue from Rumble or do Rumble rants. I said I worked as a millwright turbine specialist for General Electric on the road for 7 years. He says once and Blue Moon. But I get like 1,500 people to listen when I go live on X. It's free. I like reaching more people that way. Rumble censored me. I says X has ad revenue too. Fuckstick Tim Pool makes $5K every 2 weeks just tweeting. Like, it was just a weird, like, we were playing 21 questions and then he was kind of cool about it. He's like, oh, so you get paid to stream. And I was like, yeah, I have these sources of income. But then I got mentioned in one of his rant videos. Now, full disclosure, I don't know what the fuck's going on between him and Mike Gill and Crash and Michelle. I don't know nothing about that. But here we got mentioned. It's kind of like a throwback. I can't believe we even got fucking mentioned. And I thought he died. I've been blocked so long, I thought he died. Turns out, nope. Mm-hmm. So here we go.
Oh boy, what shit talkers I gotta
By the way, it's a full fucking meltdown. Here you go.
deal with. How come y'all only, Crash, why you only show 30 minutes? You get the video of me saying it was a conspiracy charge. My case was $390,000. My restitution was $1.2 million, Mike. $1.2 million, Mike. That was my restitution. How much do you owe? How much does Mike Gill owe right now for defamation? How much does he owe right now? And it was conspiracy to commit bank fraud. Now somebody tag Crash's ass in this, tag D Boomasan, tag fucking Mike Gill. Y'all tag him in it. Somebody tag him in it right now, because I can't do it, because I gotta drive. But I'm gonna talk my shit right now. I'm gonna talk my shit. Y'all all clout chasing, dick sucking. Mike's
oh my goodness,
of naked
wow.
chicks on his fucking page, and Michelle Moore and fucking Crash don't call him out on that. If I put a naked chick on my fucking page, everybody be like, he's a womanizer. Oh no. That's why y'all fucking lefty libbies, man.
I don't know what the claim is that Mike Gill. So if you don't know, Mike Gill is a guy that's calling out. All I know about him is he's calling out Flynn. He claims he has the Pandora Papers. It's like it's a big deal here.
And fucking Mike Gill, what a piece of shit. Mike Gill, you owe $300,000. I don't owe nothing, motherfucker. And it was conspiracy to commit bank fraud. It was 2003. What's the year? Wait, what's the year now? 2024? When was Mike's last fucking stint in jail? 2017? Is he in WITSEC? Is he a witness fucking protection program? Fuck yeah, he is. Fuck yeah, he's in witness protection. Motherfucker owed $300 million. What a fat fuck, bro. Mike, why did you have fucking dirty shit on the sheets at Matthew Tucciaroni's house? Did you get drunk?
So you guys remember who Matthew Tucciaroni is? He's the guy that came out against what's her name, and we found that arrest video of him. I guess he's claiming that Mike Gill spent the night at his house and shit in his bed. These are the weirdest fucking claims online, but here we go.
Drunk and shit the bed, bro? I don't get drunk and shit the bed. Crash over here fucking pounding out bottles of wine. What up, Punisher? Yo, like, these motherfuckers don't know I've been going at fucking people for fucking 4 years. Like, I'm not gonna back down from you. All you motherfuckers talking shit to me can suck my dick. Your whole family can suck my dick. Send your husband. And Boomer, if you a tough guy, then fucking do something. I'll give you my fucking number, bro.
Send your husband.
On the internet. I show my face. I don't hide behind no fucking profile picture. I show my face. I pull up just like I pull up to Phil Galuski's. Y'all all fucking pussy. Straight up. All pussy. I pull up on Mike Gill and give that motherfucker a hip replacement. Pussy. Pussy. I fucking said it. Pussy. What, you think I'm gonna be like the conservatives and the Republicans? Like, I'll turn the other cheek. We don't act like that. Fuck out of here. I'll slap the shit out of all you motherfuckers. All of them. Bring it. And if you got a squad, I got a squad too. Bring it, bitches. Bring it.
He's from the hip hop world. He doesn't care. We did have like a cordial conversation. He was pretty antagonistic at the front, but I just answered his questions. I didn't know that this was going to be part of your fucking rant. He's got those Phil Godlewski biceps.
Bring it. Somebody tag them. How the fuck we tag them? I want to send this fucking to them so fucking Boomer can come in here and talk some shit.
By the way, I want to show you some of the stuff they're sharing, by the way. So this is the famous Mike Flynn when they took the Q oath because he's a literal piece of shit. So this is that. And look what they're doing here. So she's got all of her fingers together, which they're calling one. And he has all of his fingers spread, so they're calling that 5. So 5 + 1 = 6. Okay? He has his fingers together. They're calling that 1. She has her fingers spread. 5 + 1 = 6. He has all of his fingers together. She has her fingers spread. 5 + 1 = 6. 666. General Flynn is Satan. Why aren't they more upset that this guy took an oath to an internet trollster on 4chan? What? No? Okay.
Ain't that motherfucker in neck traction or back traction? Ain't that motherfucker like sitting at home on disability and shit? Bro, I'm telling you, you'll wind up with a hip replacement. All that, I'll make a video about you. Oh, I'll go back. I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. You see it doing anything to the people that listen to me? Do you see all the information I put up? Still doing what I do. Phil thought he was going to take me down. That didn't happen. Phil thought he was going to take me out with his $100 million. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Motherfuckers they got something.
I don't even think he'd come after you, did he?
Yeah, old pussy, straight up and down. I'm telling you the most disrespectful shit. Like, your whole family can suck my dick. Mike Gill, your whole family can suck my dick. Crash, your whole squad can suck my dick. I don't give a fuck. Bitch was out here talking about Mike Gill must be drunk again. Oh, he called you a never Trumper? I'm like, yeah. Then he challenged me to a debate and blocked me. Oh, he must be drunk again. He must be drunk again. That's why I got it in here. What's up, Black Sheep? What's up, everybody? What's up, Mike Manson?
I cannot find the post they're claiming where Mike Gill posted a naked lady, I guess. I don't know. I can't find it.
Oh, no, I think they got the wrong one. Because I'm going to say the most disrespectful shit. I'll say the most disrespectful shit and you still ain't going to do nothing because you pussy. Mike Gill.
I come from the hip-hop world.
Mike Gill was trying to work with General Flynn. Mike Gill was trying to pass off his bullshit Pandora's box as if it was Pandora's papers. It was not Pandora's papers. I got news for you. It's something that he likes to tie his shit into and make everybody think that he's the one that has all.
I can't just search Twitter on the screen for like Mike Gill post naked woman because they allow nudity, so I'll get fucking banned. Nukes.
All the information. I have everything. My Pandora's box. More like fucking rim jobs from your whole squad.
What?
Oh, and that comment y'all was fucking talking about? Didn't Nick say no homo? Same thing as no Diddy. Now we got no Gilly. Now the new one's gonna be no Gilly.
So they're all making fun of him. So this, I guess, this is what makes Crypt Keeper mad at him. They were all making fun of that. You got beautiful eyes. Gulp. They were all making fun of that from Nick Alvear, where he's complimenting Crypt Keeper's beautiful blue eyes. And he said no homo, so that takes it all away.
Yo, Gil, why you putting up fucking pictures of naked women on your fucking page, bro? Why you putting up posts about naked women on your page? Why would you do that, bro? You look like a creepy old man. Pervert. You fucking pervert. Yeah, like they think they're gonna call me out. Come in the comments and talk shit. Oh, I'm a tough guy. Oh, is this you? You got a conspiracy charge? Yeah, to commit bank fraud. I also got an assault charge too. Go look up the assault charge for beating up a pedo. I'll beat up a fucking gimp, and I'll beat up a 6'5", 300-pound fucking old fucker, and give that motherfucker a knee replacement or a hip replacement.
And a gimp.
Crazy, bro. I work in fucking 100-degree weather every fucking day. I'll run circles around you and beat the shit out of all y'all. Same time.
Okay.
This motherfucker's stupid. They think that I'm gonna sit here and break down and be like, oh, you guys win. You guys win. Oh.
He sounds like a motherfucker stupid. He sounds like a very upset woman who's talking about what she should have done when she ran into that disrespectful person that said that. What I was going to say was,
you got me so good. Ha, ha. Oh, my God. And everybody's making money doing this shit. Yo, look at this shit. You want to see something funny? I'm going to show you some funny shit. Look at this shit.
So here's my cameo. Ready? So he says everybody's making... Dude, if you're streaming, you're stupid not to offset your costs by having, like, a Patreon if you want stuff behind a paywall, or at least a way people can donate, or, right? People want to see your work continue. I'm not saying that you have to be out here, like, selling fucking 401ks and shit, but why wouldn't you monetize? And if you're posting on Rumble and there's ads on your channel, you are monetized.
Look at this right here. Look at it.
By the way, here in a second, he says he is. He claims he isn't monetized, then says he is. He just doesn't make much.
Look at this shit right here. Look at this. Look at this shit right here.
But what's weird is, like, when they were all attacking me, right? When they were all coming after me, it was because I didn't have no followers and I didn't make any money and I was poor. But now they're like, I can't believe people are making money streaming.
Thank you. This is the help I need. These next weeks will dictate our future. I know where they're going and how I need you to know. I need you to know we can win. Pandora's box. Follow the wealth of this nation they stole from you. Everything you see is calculated. A lie. Twitter is trying to block his subscribers. Oh, you got subscribers now, Mike? You got subscribers now, bro? Look at this shit. They blocking his subscribers. Told you he was a grifter. Who got the GoFundMe? Not me. I ain't got no GoFundMe. Hell yeah, I got the farmer's stand. I definitely got the farmer's stand. Yeah, but look, they all make money. All of them make money, man. Even I was talking to, what's his name last night? What's his name? Cold Beer Confessional. We just having a civilized chat, going back and forth, talking shit, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, yo, I make a good living streaming. I'm like, bro, I'm working a regular job. Motherfuckers is calling me a grifter. I work a...
That's not what I said. I said I'm a disabled combat veteran. Between that and streaming and, working a job, I do all right? I pay my bills. If I had to cut everything out, like we couldn't eat out, we had to buy, like, the generic version of everything, we didn't go anywhere, we didn't do anything, I didn't have this office, I didn't stream, I didn't do anything, right? I didn't have maintenance costs and all that, maybe I could survive off my disability. I doubt it. I'd probably still have to work at least a few days a week. But still, I didn't say, I make a good living streaming. You poor piece of shit. Go back to work. You claimed I had to wake up at 5 a.m. I said, there's no fucking way I'm getting up at 5 a.m. I wake up at, like, I don't sleep a whole lot, but I try to. I usually get up at 9, 10, maybe the latest, like 11. But I'm usually at work by 11 or noon or something like that. Work till 5, 6, 7, 8. I worked till 8 or something tonight and then had dinner with Mariah for her birthday. She just got Mexican takeout.
Regular fucking job, and everybody else is making money streaming. I go live for free on X. I don't charge y'all to come in here and talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why you can't understand. There's a difference between ad revenue, and I don't charge any of you guys to see this, right? I don't charge any of you to see this. But if you're watching it and an ad plays, if an ad plays on YouTube, or if an ad plays on Twitch because you're not a subscriber there, like they pay me, it's pennies on the dollar, but still, like, I'm not charging you for this.
This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, man. Which is cool. Whatever floats your boat. But I don't think anybody can call anybody out for grifting unless you're selling like these products. I believe, listen, because they all get subscriptions.
I 100% think you can sell people out for calling a grifter, especially if they're going to flip-flop to whatever is profitable. Tim Pool comes to mind. Nick Alvear comes to mind. Or if they're making up absolute lies and selling them as the truth, right? I've never called anybody a grifter for having merch. I've never called anybody a grifter for having a fucking donation link or having subscribers turned on, ever. It's the people that lie and know they're lying, not the people that actually believe this shit genuinely. The people who flip-flop to whatever the money is, like on the Phil issue or fucking Tim Pool just worshiping Trump, like those people are grifters, 100%. And yes, I can call them out and still make ad revenue. Yes, I can call those out and still make, because I believe I give you what I honestly believe. I'm not disingenuous about it. I'm not making it up for money. I'm not telling you a narrative you want to hear so you pay. I'm not going to change my view because something else is more profitable. I've got a set of morals and values I try to live by. And when we're talking politics, I try to pick the person that aligns with those the best.
Everybody does. I think I have 5 subscribers on Rumble. How many subscribers does D Boomasan have?
5 subscribers on Rumble. That's absolutely not true. Unless he had to start a new channel. Because Nick sent all of his subscribers over there. Right? He has 5.74, which isn't gigantic numbers, right? That's not what I'm trying to say. But to say I have 5 subscribers, do you think he meant 5,000?
Crazy, man. Which is cool. Whatever floats your boat. But I don't think anybody can call anybody out for grifting unless you're selling like these products. I believe, listen, because they all get subscriptions. Everybody does.
Also, the bullshit signing people up for an MLM. I think that's a pretty hard grift. When you're telling them that they could do it and make money, you're lying, right? They have to have a gigantic audience that they can manipulate into signing up a bunch of people. 90+%, usually 95 or better, don't even make back their original investment.
I think I have 5 subscribers on Rumble. How many subscribers does D Boomasan have? $5.
$5. Oh, he's talking about paid subscribers. I don't know how to see that. I don't even have paid subscriptions turned on Rumble. I don't think, unless they automatically come on. I wouldn't turn it on because it's not a primary platform for me. But I guess he's talking about Rumble introduced paid subscriptions. I don't think I have anybody subscribed, but maybe.
Who is this? What do you mean let them steal my doors? You gotta get out of here. I got mute. I ain't got time for that, man.
I was thinking of subscribers like YouTube. I forgot Rumble had paid subscribers.
Listen, I talk shit. This is what I do. I'm a fucking New Yorker. That's what I do. And then you got like this old raggedy Skeletor bitch that...
Ads in the YouTube chat? What do the ads in the YouTube chat look like? Yes, I should be getting paid for ads in YouTube chat, but are they genuinely ads? It's not like bots posting a link. Like it's like real ads. They take over the whole chat. I'm trying to see. I didn't even know it was a thing. Where's my monetization tab? Earn. Watch page ads, short feeds, ads, supers. I don't have membership set up. I don't even know if I can adjust that. I don't think that's stuff that I've seen before. Well, now we know. YouTube shopping. I don't have that turned on. I'll have to dig into that. I didn't even know there was ads in the chat. Ads in YouTube live chat. Is it only when it's live, I guess, live streams, or like even when you're watching a video? Well, no, I guess the chat wouldn't be going that way, would it? Oh, wait. Is it something like this? Damn it, stop it. Is it something like this ad down here at the bottom? Or is it actually in the chat? I know there's ads on my video. They asked me if I want them to run ads while I'm live streaming or not. I know there's ads on my video. We're not talking about that. We're talking about in the chat. It takes over my whole chat screen. I've never seen it. I want to look it up. Thank you for letting me know. I honestly didn't know that was a thing.
Be on Instagram, fucking over there talking shit about me and talking shit about Kim to fucking.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Sister doll, I'm not talking to you. I know you keep trying to answer my question. I'm not speaking to you.
Crash. And Crash blocked my girl when she commented back to her and put her in a place. She blocked her. That's the first thing she did. Crash likes to bash men. Crash
pops up over the comments. Thank you.
I don't see her bashing women too much. Cupid destroyed her. Cupid destroyed her and Michelle Moore, and I don't see her saying nothing. She totally muted her and blocked her, and that was it. Done. So I only bash men. Figures. That's a liberal fucking tactic. That's what the libbies do.
The libtards. They only bash men.
Do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what I do like. A new integration, but just because it's hilarious sometimes. A new thing that YouTube has done. Do you guys get the AI chat bot review? Like when you join a live stream and the chat's already going, the AI bot tries to tell you what chat is about. And sometimes it's glorious.
This is what it is. But, like I said, Mike Gill, you're in WITSEC, bro. We know you're in WITSEC. Here, I'm going to read it to you. These are from people that worked with you.
Okay.
These are people that worked
from people that worked with them. It's chat summary, AI chat summary. People are discussing the connection between religion and politics and how personal beliefs and family values can be influenced by cultural or societal norms. Like it does a pretty good job, but chat's just so wild, especially like on big streams, like with thousands of people. Chat is so wild that there's just it just can't. AI can't even keep up.
You ready? I'm gonna read it to you guys. He talks shit. Oh well, they didn't tell him who your ex was. Mike Gill is a fucking selfish asshole narcissist in love with himself, his money, and the fact that he is a gambler, and he lost his bet on taking on lawyer Bill Shaheen and the Agonos crew. Do you know the difference between deceit and misunderstanding? Julianne Romanelli and I were misunderstanding. She in particular is guilty of naivety. That sums up Mike Gill. He does not like losing. Mike Gill has no care for the witnesses he goes on about. When he gave unredacted witness statements and lists to the corrupt New Hampshire courts, DEA, FBI, IRS, and TIGTA, he spends what is this? He spent an inordinate amount of time going on about witness protection because he betrayed a bunch of them and no one will have anything to do with him. Mike Gill has not a single friend in the world except for Crash, Booma, and Michelle Moore, but they're probably making money, so that's that.
Okay, Mike Gill has no friends.
His own son, who took over the
I do know there's something about Mike Gill was kicked out of like horse racing or some shit for doping allegations and shit like that.
$1 million business.
That's all I know.
Why is that, do you think? Because he is such a nice moral guy and such a nice guy to be around? Every corrupt agency on earth can have the evidence in hard copy, except the people. He cannot redact sensitive info because the 5-minute walk to Staples from his FBI-protected witness house is too far for him to buy a black marker pen to redact and then scan into a PDF and a copy of the materials. He has the money. We raised over $40,000 US for this selfish lying cunt. Mike Gill cares and sacrifices so much.
He claims he tried to contact Trump because he thought there was be somebody was trying to kill him or set him up or something, and then Flynn reached out to like shut him down. Plus, he has this thing called the Pandora's box, not the Pandora Papers, but Pandora's box. I don't know, some shit, and it's all these documents about people that hate Trump and they're trying to destroy him. That's the Mike Gill story. I don't know much about it. We need to look into it.
Congresswoman Elizabeth Harris is waiting for that info in Phoenix to put on the record. Mike Gill could not wait to get it to her, right? Because he cares so much for witnesses and the 70,000+ a year dying from fentanyl overdoses. He cares. Really? Yeah, he cares. Mike Gill, he cares. Mike Gill cares about Mike Gill and maintaining political leverage. If he and his FBI handler friends out of D.C. have all the evidence, that is leverage. If the evidence in electronic detailed form is all over the internet, redacted or not, they lose all leverage. You seem to have a problem with 2 + 2 = 4. Now the truth has the leverage. The people have the leverage, and these motherfuckers never want the people to have a damn motherfucking thing.
Jesus.
And a curse on them all. We're gonna read it again. Mike Gill, you fat fuck. Mike Gill cares about Mike Gill maintaining political.
He's having a full meltdown, dude.
Friends out of D.C. have all the evidence, then that is the leverage. If the evidence is in electronic detail form, is all over the internet, redacted or not, they lose all leverage. Got it?
He pulled over just to read these messages.
You seem to have a problem with 2 + 2 = 4. And there you go. How's everybody doing? Where's D Boomer-san? Somebody tag
How's everybody doing?
D Boomer. Tag
Hey, you guys.
Because Crash sharing my shit. By the number 17 in this chat right now.
He says he won't fight Crash, but if she feels like she wants to fight, she should send her husband.
X. Just type 17. If you've been following.
Carrie's always bitching, feels in the kitten, the cat's name's Mitten. Yeah, you're right.
Following me for a long time. Did I or did I not tell you every charge that I've had in my past? Did I or did I not tell you guys conspiracy to commit bank fraud? Did I ever mention drug dealing? Did I ever mention I had charges for drug dealing? See all those 17s, Mike? Mike, you see all those 17s? He can't see anyway. He blocked me. He won't debate me. See, everybody knows. I fucking was straight up right from the front. I was straight up about everything. Now I got to deal with these dick suckers, little cocks.
These are the same guys that try to accuse me. Like, there's text messages with Nick Alvear saying he's hopped up on cocaine with hookers and his girlfriend. Confirm these. Text message from her. Hopped up on cocaines with hookers and beating the shit out of his girlfriend, right? Beating the shit out of her and broke her ribs and some other things and another girlfriend. But they found a TikTok video of me saying, everybody's always like, Will, what do? You just cover politics? What else do you do? And I say, drugs, as a joke. But that's the same as leaked text messages of me doing cocaine and beating the fuck out of my significant other. That's the same, idiots.
Suckers over there that are fucking dick riding Mike Gill, thinking that Mike Gill is the answer and he got more information than Trump. You guys are fucking corny, bro. Oh my God. Do you realize that Trump has it all? Trump has everything. They had everything.
They have it all. They have it all. They even have Mike Gill's disability payments. They have it all. They just can't show you. They can tell you we have it all. They can claim they have it all. They can lie about people in Georgia and then claim it's their First Amendment right to lie about people working at the polls. But they just can't show you they have it all.
Told you that all the inner circle were going to be arrested and go down. How long ago did I tell you that? 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago? I said all of Trump's people, all the people that are around Trump that are bad.
He lives in Florida now, right? He's from New York, but he lives in Florida.
That are really deep state. They're all going to go down. They're going to fucking either wind up in jail or they're going to get prosecuted.
Why would Trump pick people to be around him that were deep state? Oh, he picked all those people around him to give him bad advice because the world had to see them go down for giving him bad advice. Why wouldn't he just pick good people?
Huh? Did I not say that? Yeah. Sorry, Mike Gill. You're biting my style. You're biting my style, and there's a couple people biting my style. So, whatever. And I've shown all my shit, because everybody that put 17 in here has been following me for a long time. That's how it is. What do you mean what's taking so long? What are you doing in your state? What are you doing in your county and your district? Jamie, what are you doing in your county and your district? Are you involved? Are you doing anything? You calling out the schools? Don't let no mask mandates come down. I heard they're trying to push mask mandates in all these other fucking states. New York is going to do it too.
We're going to talk about mask mandates, and Republicans aren't weird. Trump supporters aren't weird.
But I just think it's funny. Mike, you'll talk all that shit about me, fat fuck. I'll give you a hip replacement, Mike. Mike, straight up and down, I'll give you a hip replacement, bro, or a knee replacement. And I'm not in South
Straight up and down.
And Joker.
Full-throated.
Even Joker went on and commented because they tried to say that I never went to the tunnels in Disney and went looking for the tunnels, that I'm a liar. And I was like, you crazy? We did D.C. and we did fucking Florida. What the fuck are these people talking about? Y'all motherfuckers was.
He did walk around in Florida claiming that there was tunnels for transporting kids underneath Disney for the elites to have their adrenochrome.
Around. Nobody even knew who you were. We still don't know who y'all are. Shit. Google Mike Gill. All the shit that comes up on Google for Mike Gill is he lost and he defamed a whole bunch of people and owes 300 million. That's it. And this is how you can tell. This is how, look, that's seven hours ago they put this up. Not one comment. Look, see? He retweeted it, Crash put it up 7 hours ago, bringing up my charges. 7 hours ago, not one comment. Because people love me. That's why. You know what I'm saying? They know what you guys are. They know you guys are fucking trying to fucking, like, ride the dick. Ride the dick. You ride the dick. You ride the fucking dick. Shut your fucking mouth. Listen, anytime y'all fucking feel froggy, leap. I told you. And Boomer, next time you tell me all that shit, bro, I'm telling you, I said the most disrespectful shit, Boomer. Y'all all can suck my dick. Your whole family can suck my dick. Do something.
Okay.
Do something. I'm begging y'all to do something.
Oh, by the way, you know how I told you guys I was going to get some type of affiliate deal or something with a credit repair company? I did get it, and I am planning on launching that. It's actually a pretty cool credit repair company. I'm going to use it. They don't charge anything like up front. They have like a consultation with you to see if they can actually help you, and then it's like a month. It's a monthly thing, but they apparently have really good results.
Pulled up to Phil Godlewski's house. I put the video up. Motherfucker. I'm not on this internet shit like this, bro. I'm here to wake people up, but y'all want to bring me down? All right, fine. I have no problem letting my demons out. I got no problem letting my demons out, bro. But when they come out, don't cry fucking victim. None of y'all motherfuckers better cry victim. Y'all poke the fucking bear? Keep poking. Fuck around and find out. I ain't Derek Johnson. I don't block nobody. I ain't blocking fucking nobody. Y'all got fucking beef. Do what you gotta do. And Crash, I don't fight women. I fucking stood up for your fucking dumbass when Phil went after you. I stood up for your dumbass when Phil went after you. Because I was already calling him out, and then you decided to ask you, well, I'm not bashing Phil. I'm just...
Wait, I thought we couldn't go against people if they were against Phil. I thought we couldn't go against people if they were against Phil. That's what I was told.
Asking genuine questions. I bashed him because he's a fucking pedo. I don't give a fuck. None of us give a fuck. Straight up and down. You understand? So I don't go after women. If your husband wants to do something, if your husband is feeling a certain way, you know my number. You got my phone number. Have him call me. If y'all come to Florida, let me know. Any of them. D Boomer, Mike Gill, Michelle Moore's husband, fucking producer Ron, all those motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. Y'all.
Everybody, I'm from the hip-hop world. I got a crew. By the way, why can't we just have Burt Lynch back? Okay? That was the best content we had in years.
Y'all must understand, I come from the hip-hop world. I don't give a fuck about your Christian fucking beliefs, none of that shit. You attack me, my Christian shit goes out the window. I ain't turning the other cheek. And I still think y'all are fake Christians anyway. I still think y'all are fucking fake Christians. That's just me. Because they're like, and then everybody I talk to, they're like, yo, they're so fucking mean. They try to bully me. They say some nasty shit. They say some nasty shit, try to bully me for asking questions. I'm like, what? Look, see, even the females in here are like, yo, whose car are we gonna take? They don't know, man. They want to talk that shit with their fucking little views and all that shit. It's jealousy, that's what it is. But y'all are talking shit. So don't fucking cry victim when I come back. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I think they just fucking think like this is all a game. They must think this is all a game. They're all getting paid to do this shit. One sells a Telegram fucking channel for 12 grand, 8 grand, whatever it is, because that shit is whack now. All that's on there.
Oh, say, what's his proof that someone sold their Telegram channel? What is the proof that someone sold their Telegram channel? Is he claims that now all that's on there is they post a lot about Mike Gill. And if it wasn't sold, if it hadn't been sold, then there would be other stuff there. Not just Mike Gill stuff.
There is Mike Gill. That's all that's shared on that fucking page is Mike Gill. So for me, that means that your page was sold. Your Telegram account was sold. That's how I'm looking at it.
That's what it means.
Shit, all types of shit all over it. But
now listen again.
All the shit that y'all talking this shit. One sells a Telegram fucking channel for 12 grand, 8 grand, whatever it is, because that shit is whack now. All that's on there is Mike Gill. That's all that's shared on that fucking page is Mike Gill. So for me, that means that your page was sold. Your Telegram account was sold. That's how I'm looking at it. I have diversified shit, all types of shit all over it. But like, all this shit that y'all talking, man, y'all got
his is diversified, so he didn't sell his. But if you just support one creator or post a lot about one creator, you sold it.
Number? Michelle Moore got my number. Mike Gill got my number. And boom, if you need my number, get it from either one of them. Michelle got it. Mike Gill's a pussy. He challenged me to a debate, and then he blocked me. He's a pussy. I will eat his fucking evidence up for fuck.
Wait. You eat his what?
Fucking breakfast. Eat that shit up. I'll pull
like
up
groceries.
He pulls his Pandora's box. You pull up Bill Shaheen and Dick Aganos and fucking Andrew Day and all of them, and we'll even get Andrew Day on there and talk to him and see what the fuck is up. And I promise I won't tell nobody to suck my dick. Okay? If that bothers you so much and it triggers you so much, I won't curse. I'll just sit back and be a nice guy. I'll be a nice guy. We're gonna do a little debate. I'm telling you, Mike, all you motherfuckers, I'll give you hip replacements. Old asses. Fucking old motherfuckers, man. Fucking wrong with y'all. Some of us are young bucks, man. We're in great shape, man. I'm in great shape. I'm fucking in that sun all fucking day long. You can't come down here and fucking work in 100-degree weather all fucking day long. None of you motherfuckers, little prissy ass bitches. Fuck out of here. All right, let me get off of here. Let me get off of this motherfucker. Listen. This is what I said. So y'all can send it to Crash, send it to D Boomer, D Boo Merkel, whatever the fuck his name goes by. Send it to Mike Gill. But I ain't saying nothing no more. Y'all motherfuckers got my number. You got my DM. Y'all feel froggy elite. Mike Gill ain't gonna do it because he's pussy. He's pussy. And he shits the sheets in the bed when he's drunk. Belligerent fuck. All right, peace. Love you guys.
So there you go. There's Script Keeper. Just being completely fucking normal. Just a completely normal guy doing normal stuff on the internet. So their new target is Mike Gill, obviously. Again and 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 again. It's all about Mike Gill. Or people who support Mike Gill.
People keep asking me about Mike and about my opinion, and here's the thing. It's all opinion. And when you say you disagree with, I disagree with Mike too. The thing is, he says it like it's fact, but he'll tell you it's basically an opinion. He don't know, and I can't hold that against him because, I don't believe in controlling people. If they want to believe the sky's fucking purple, then you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to argue an opinion, but let me show. I'll send you what I tell people, because I'm just watching, like you said, sitting back watching, but I'm participating.
Script says, I've been to multiple protests, went to D.C., went to Comet Ping Pong Pizza. Virtue signaling. I ain't never heard none of these people talk about human trafficking or seen them involved. He's one of the 85 billion kids a day go missing.
I'm watching, but I'm participating with who needs to. I don't.
You show there was fighting the guys trafficking our children and drug gun running. I was talking about that. I said Trump ain't take a deal. That's it. He went on a rant to attack me. Now putting me in with people have Avon in their name.
Argue with the stupidity.
What the fuck? I haven't been on to see what the, for fuck's sake is going on.
Anyway, yeah, and
Anon. Oh, not Anon. You don't have Anon in your name? Yeah, he's bugging, but he called me out, so Friday it is.
Hopefully you get to...
Your boy Mike looks horrible right now. He didn't even know what a circle jerks was. That makes him look real bad. You don't even know what a circle jerk is, dude?
Get on the show.
What is in your browser history if it's not circle jerks? Check my browser history. Check Nick Alvere's browser history. Check Dr. Zipperkeeper's browser history. We all got circle jerks.
Sooner than later, but he's just...
I'm watching. He watches other people and twists his narrative, now saying I'm a never Trumper. Please, he looks like a Flynn plant.
He's like...
I haven't been on for an hour or so. I haven't seen. I'm confused because he knows the circle jerks because he calls them a network. And he knows who Jan is. He talks about her in shows, and he just talked about her yesterday.
To be transparent, and if you have, he'd rather talk to somebody, he feels like he trusts you, so...
He must be drinking. He called you a never Trumper. I gotta go look.
Because you're not in the middle of any kind of...
He bugging.
Crap, but yeah, I think that'd be a great thing. So, but let me send you this stupid picture so you see where I'm at in writing. Just as far as where I think about Mike and the whole situation.
Dr. Z is the worst, and then he broke up with Nick Alvere over Scott McKay.
I'm just letting it. It's their thing.
Oh, the irony! Did you even watch yesterday Oz show? Smediger has nothing of any value to say. I know him as a proven liar. I've never once caught Mike in a lie. Facts matter. I'm sticking with the one who actually fights against drug, gun, and human trafficking. You do you.
Let him do. Mike has inside knowledge. Mike is dealing.
Mike saying Trump took a deal. Don't bother you. It doesn't raise a red flag. I respect your opinion is why I'm asking. Mike has reason to say it. I don't agree technically. It's an opinion, so I don't base my beliefs on other opinions. I watch actions and connect dots until we get proof that verifies opinions. Until then, they're just opinions. I'm not controlling. I believe in live and learn. I hate it, but I like to learn the hard way if that's what it takes.
He's dealing with Durham and Trump, and we don't know what he knows. That's my whole thing. You can't judge a book by its cover until you start reading it, and we're not able to read his because it's kind of secret, private,
Okay. Secret agent man.
I don't know. So anyway, have a great day.
Mike's not dealing with Trump or Durham because he keeps tagging them and nobody's answering him. Nobody's nothing. All right, Crash, there you go. When I was moving and Mike attacked me, and I sent you what he said. What did he say, Crash? He basically said, oh, Script Keeper, he's a fucking blah, 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 blah. He's this and that, blah, 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 blah. What did you say? You said he must be drunk again.
Damn. Script Keeper, everybody. Script Keeper, the drama that's going on. And I've been included in the video because I have paid subscriptions on Twitch. So, Mpox is a highly contagious and severe strain of Mpox is on the move across the continents following a major outbreak in Central Africa. The surge of cases in the Dominican Republic and dozen other African nations prompted the World Health Organization last week to issue a global health emergency for the second time in 2 years. A day later, didn't somebody tell us that this was going to ramp up and it could be really bad? A day later, Swedish officials said they recorded their first case of the Mpox virus. While the new strain has yet to reach the United States, that doesn't mean U.S. health officials aren't preparing for that eventuality. Here's what I know about Mpox and the latest outbreak. What is Mpox? Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, is part of the same virus family that causes smallpox. According to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, it is not related to chickenpox. Discovered in 1958, the virus was originally named monkeypox because that's the animal it was first discovered in, not because monkeys are the source of infections. However, the disease has in recent years been renamed to Mpox to avoid the stigma that is associated with monkeys, right? Because you don't get it from monkeys. You shouldn't call it monkeypox, probably. Same way chickenpox. The disease is zoonotic, which means it can spread from animals to humans. However, it can also pass from person to person through physical contact. In fact, more human-to-human transmissions have been reported since 2016, according to Politico. There are two types of Mpox, Clade 1 and Clade 2. Clade 1 is endemic in Central Africa, while Clade 2 is endemic in West Africa. A new variant of Clade 1 called 1B appears to spread more easily. Congo and surrounding countries have had worsening outbreaks since 2023, so this has been going on for a little. We've heard about it a couple times. Just in 2024, Central and Eastern Africa have led to over 17,000 infections, and more than 500 people died from Mpox, primarily in the Congo, according to the African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So far this year, Mpox outbreaks have been recorded in 13 African nations, including the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Central African Republic. That's a significant increase of the 14,957 cases in 2023 and 7,000 cases in 2022. Last Thursday, the first case was identified outside of Africa when it was revealed that a traveler from Sweden had returned from a trip to Africa carrying the disease. The Africa CDC has reported 500 deaths and, amid concern of further spread, has asked for intentional medical help by issuing its own emergency declaration. The alert, known as Public Health Emergency of International Concern, or PHEIC, is the highest level of alarm under international health law, the WHO says. About 10 million vaccine doses are needed for the outbreaks in Africa, according to the Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy at the University of Minnesota. The U.S. said it would donate 50,000 vaccines doses to the Congo. However, experts predict that millions more will be needed from Western countries, particularly the U.S., to help stop the virus. To make this happen, vaccine manufacturers will have to increase production dramatically. Is it in the U.S.? Meanwhile, U.S. officials are preparing for the eventual arrival of the new Mpox strain here. But in an alert last week, the CDC said the spread in the U.S. was very low risk at this time. The CDC has also issued a health alert and travel notice about the stronger Mpox strain in the Congo and neighboring countries, recommending providers and health agencies monitor for signs and ask patients about recent travel to affected areas. While a few cases of less severe strain of the virus are still reported each week in the U.S., the cases are from a different strain of Mpox, Clade 2, from a 2022 outbreak. So in 2022, it was out in California, right? There's a monkeypox outbreak in 2022 out in California, but that's the Clade 2, and it's less viral, apparently. The new strain of Mpox is a little different than the one that has circulated in the U.S. since the global outbreak began in 2022. The Clade 2 strain had largely been contained to the African continent until spring 2022, when suddenly it appeared in Europe and then in the United States. The first cases were detected in the United States in mid-May of that year. And by August 1st, the peak was reached at 600 cases were reported. Mpox often spreads through bodily fluids and physical contact, the CDC says. The disease usually passes from humans, from rodents, and primates through bites, aerosol transmission, or contact with infected fluids. Person-to-person transmission is usually through close contact with respiratory secretions, inflected skin lesions, or recently contaminated objects, according to the WHO. And then there's different symptoms for it. But this is what's going on, all right? Now, why are we taking such a strong reaction to this? Why is it in the news? Because of COVID and stuff that happened around COVID. how COVID was handled, but Republicans are primed for this. Republicans are primed for this. They think that, or at least Trump people, right? They think that COVID was a big scam to make him lose the election, right? They think that that it was all set up by them, whoever them are, and that it was all a big scam to steal the election so Trump would lose and they could destroy the economy and that everything would fall into disarray, whatever, or it's part of the movie, whatever they believe. So, of course, Republicans are going to take this super serious, right? Like, of course they are. They're going to get out. They're going to mask up. They're going to wash their hands. They're going to take care of themselves. They're going to be at the forefront of treating and containing this outbreak. Much like good friend of the show, Rita Big Thumbs.
Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Have y'all heard? Monkeypox is back. There's been an outbreak of monkeypox. Have y'all heard? Has anybody heard about the outbreak of monkeypox? It's true. In the Congo, they said there was 450 cases of the monkeypox. It's headed our way. And I just wanted to let y'all know I'm fixing to head to the Walmart. I'm going to make sure I'm protected. I got my hazmat suit on, I got my gloves on, I got my face mask on, I even got my eye goggles. I want to make sure I'm safe. I've even got my 6-foot stick with me.
When you're a Dolly Parton impersonator, you're going to ask who has pantyhose? She makes a living pretending to look like Dolly Parton.
I want to make sure I'm safe. I've even got my 6-foot stick with me. I'm going to make sure them people stay 6 feet away. Ain't that what they say?
Dude, MAGA comedy is at a fucking peak, dude. Tell me it gets better than this.
Not 5 feet, not 4 feet, 6 feet. It don't reach 6 feet. It only goes 5. So I'm going to the Walmart.
Which would be better for an infectious disease? 6 feet away or 1,000 feet away? If you were trying to avoid an infectious disease from someone else, which would be better, 6 feet or 1,000 feet? Which is more feasible if you're going out in public with other people? 6 feet or 1,000 feet? They kind of picked an arbitrary number, right? Sneezes, coughs, whatever. Coughs mostly. They go about this far. How far can we distance people without shutting down the fucking world, right? Stay at least 6 feet away. That's also something people know. You know how tall a 6 foot tall person is. If someone told you to stay 14.3 meters, you think you could gauge that? Is 6 feet the perfect number? Probably not. Right? It was an arbitrary number that people could identify with that wouldn't shut down everything in the fucking world because we're doing like a 2,000 foot rule. Like, no one's saying the virus can go 5.9 feet or 5 foot 11 and 7/8 of an inch. Right? It's something that's going to help. And it's workable. Exactly. It's a workable number. Do you think they were telling you that viruses will only go 5 foot, 11 and 3/4 of an inch, and 6 foot is the perfect number? Do you think they told you that you couldn't catch COVID if you were 6 foot away from people? No. They didn't. No one told you that. It was a rule just to help out with social distancing.
6 feet. It only goes 5. So I'm going to the Walmart.
That's what we use. That's a historical number that we use for respiratory pathogens, right? Is it the best strategy? Maybe not, but it was something to get out quick and say 6 feet, right? It's something that you know. It's something you can work with. It doesn't shut down everything, right? You can still be 6 feet away. Combined with a mask, combined with washing your hands, combined with, not touching public surfaces, shit like that. It works pretty good.
Not 4 feet, 6 feet. It don't reach 6 feet. It only goes 5. So I'm going to the Walmart, and I'm going to make sure everybody stays 6 feet away from me. I'm protected. I don't know about y'all, but this monkeypox ain't no monkey business. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing to fool with. We have to take this stuff serious.
This is MAGA comedy at its best. This is what you end up with. I didn't believe this was real. Someone sent me Rita doing her part. And I said, what the fuck is this? It was in the debunking crew. That Facebook page that I run. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is what they told me. Okay. I said, Rita Big Thumbs, what the fuck is she doing? She has me blocked. They responded and said, she put pantyhose over her head because Mpox was declared a worldwide emergency. She's attempting to mock people who take simple common sense public health measures, but it just makes her look like a loon. Also, how do you not have multiple alternate accounts to go snooping? I do. But I was curious what was going on. What the hell is going on here? This is peak MAGA. This is like J.D. Vance doing stand-up. And I bet they'll call Diet Mountain Dew racist. Right? Everything's racist, right, sir? What a fucking idiot. People who have sex with multiple new partners. That's who we're worried about. I don't know that Rita even has sex. Well, I don't know. She seemed pretty friendly with Brad at one time. Anyways, title of the show is about Charlie Kirk. You guys know Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk goes around dunking on college kids, memorizing all these lines, like a Steven Crowder type thing, right? Memorizing the lines, taking all his notes, taking random questions from college kids who are just walking by, and trying to look like he's the most intelligent man in the world. It worked for Steven Crowder, right? Changed my mind, where Steven Crowder comes with binders and binders and binders of shit he's researched for months and months and months and months and months and months, and then just asks a random college kid to sit down and try to debate it with him. This is Charlie Kirk's stick, right? This is what he does. Here we go. I'll show you some of his content.
I believe in reparations for people that are
so
in a...
I, white man, have to play for black people. Why?
Wow, that's a really selfish thing you just said.
Hold on. Why should I?
They're basically just clip farming. If someone sat down and knew this information better than Charlie Kirk or a professional come and sat down, it wouldn't air, right?
Non-empathetic thing to say.
Wait, why should the white students here have to work harder to pay for black kids? What is that all about? That's not racist. That's noticing. How is it the white man's fault that black men started to abandon women?
It's a bigger problem.
No. Blacks need to take responsibility for the women that they impregnate, not blame the white man for racism.
Things affect this.
Why didn't it affect the Asians? Why did the Asians do so well? America got less racist and the blacks got poorer because we started to subsidize single motherhood and pandering to blacks, saying you do not need to stay around with the women you're pregnant.
So you feel like us as a society has pandered?
Of course we pander to blacks. They're in every TV commercial. They get more privileges to come into society. They come into every college on preferential with lower test scores. You can't ever say anything negative. You could lose your job. You have your entire life obliterated. You say something racist. And yet we have to hear about how racist we are. How about you take responsibility for your own actions instead of blaming the white man?
I have to say, so you are...
They even have like the hero music playing in the background.
Thank you.
I believe in reparations.
Last piece of advice for young people, get married.
Yeah, get married and have a ton of kids. I mean, get married when you're too young, have more kids than you can afford, take a job you're not qualified for, live boldly, stop getting high, stop doing anything.
Have more kids than you can, get married young, have more kids than you can afford, live bold, right? Squash your fucking dreams.
Last piece of advice for young people, get married.
Exactly. If someone showed up to actually debate him, actually, I'm going to show you a clip of him getting fucking, getting fucking destroyed by a 20-year-old.
Yeah, get married and have a ton of...
I'm not sure how old Parker is.
When you're too young, have more...
His name's Parker Short, I think.
You're not qualified for, live boldly, stop getting high, stop doing anything that blurs your vision.
Is that how Tucker Carlson lived his life? Got married super young, didn't go to college, had a bunch of kids he couldn't afford. Is that how he did it?
As time go faster, you're going to die before you know it. Don't waste a second. That's the sin, is living thoughtlessly and wasting time. It's the one thing you can't get back. I've wasted a lot of money in my life. Oh my gosh. I don't care. I don't regret any of it. Every room service meal was worth it.
When you're born with a trust fund, when you're born with a fucking trust fund and never have to worry about paying your light bill, I'm sure it's fun to blow money.
It was fine. But any time that I wasted is really bitter for me because it's finite. And so live as fully as you can. And you can't control all this stuff that's going on. You can't control what Google does. And honestly, they're going to win. Like, the powers that be will win, at least in the short term. Ultimately, they'll all blow up. But, like, we're powerless and hated. I think this myself all the time. Are they going to crush me? Oh, yeah. Okay. But in the meantime, you know, I want to experience my life as fully as I possibly can. And I think that starts with having like a ton of kids, like way more than his.
I love how Tucker acts like he's out there for you when the text messages from the Dominion lawsuit proved that he was fucking laughing at his audience and how fucking gullible they were, telling them lies that he knew was lies, but knew it would help his ratings.
Like Mormon levels of kids. I mean that.
Last piece of advice.
I'm actually an Israeli immigrant.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
Yeah. My family lives there and everything. And the other day I was walking through the encampment and I made the mistake of answering my mom's phone call in Hebrew. And they came up to me with hammers and kafiyas and they were like, "Get out of here or we'll murder you," right? And then
they threatened to kill you?
Yeah. They were like, "Get out of here or we'll murder you, you Zionist." They're like, "Get out of here or we'll murder you, you Zionist Nazi," right? Well, in your life, all of this, they're like this close to my face, right? With the hammers and everything. And I told both the dean and UW PD and they were like, "Oh, their faces are covered. You can't identify them. So we can't do anything." right? So like, what would you do in my position as an Israeli person that doesn't feel safe on my campus where I pay tuition?
I would learn how to defend yourself. Life is tough.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you going to the police. They're not going to protect you. I appreciate you going to the president. They're not going to protect you. It's hunting season for Jews in this country right now. That's a sick thing. We'll defend you, but Jews are open for targeting right now from the Arab radical left. And so take a UFC course, put on 15 pounds of muscle, carry bear spray, and next time they get in your face, say, what'd you say to me?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I would do, because no one's going to come and defend you right now. You need to then get tougher, and you need to kind of fight through it. And look, your people are very tough. You've been through a lot, but it's a sad state of affairs that that's what America's come to.
I'm actually an Israeli immigrant. And
there you go. This is bread and butter.
Gear was displayed at the.
This hits deep in my heart. This is fucking weird, dude. Trump fucking holding stuff, kissing the flag, kissing this. By the way, not a single fucking person. I don't believe this guy deserved to lose his life, right, for going to a rally. I do think that he was fully fucking Q-tard, Russian, Putin, all that bullshit. He didn't deserve to lose his life. But this narrative that he was over his wife, and like he was laying over his wife and kid, protecting them, I think is a lie, 100%. I'm not going to say that it is a lie. I think it's a lie. No one can show me any footage of this guy. All that's there is, if you go look at the footage, there's a first volley of shots, right? Pow, 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 whatever. He's holding up his phone. Other people around him are dunking. He's holding up his phone. Now, the very next frame, when the second volley of shots come, you can't see him, but it just cut off of him holding up his phone recording, and his hat goes flying. I believe he fell on top of his family. If his wife and daughter were sitting in front of him or to the left, I guess, I believe he fell on top of his phone. I don't think he was protecting his family at all. I don't think he knew what was going on. Even when people around him got down, he was still recording. Got hit with the second volley of shots. I don't believe this narrative. I know it makes a good story. He was laying over his family to protect him. He caught a bullet in the head because he didn't get down. I don't believe he deserved to lose his life, but he didn't do that.
The Republican National Convention, which was a special honor.
That was an honor. That was a big honor. Yeah, that was a big honor. I'll tell you why. All day at the rally, my husband kept saying, he's going to call me up on stage. You're going to hear him. He's going to say, Corey, come on up here. Corey, get up here.
What?
He was just joking, obviously, but he kept saying that. You're going to get up.
A lot of people didn't get down. It's not weird. That happens quite a bit. When people that don't know what's going on, they just hear pops. You'll see a lot of people not get down. That's pretty normal.
He's going to call me up on stage. You're going to get up. Obviously, but he was just joking. Obviously, but he kept saying that. You're going to get up. He's going to call me up on stage, and we were all like, "There's his moment. He's up on stage."
So the guy takes a bullet in the back of the head. And now he's up on stage at the RNC. You think there's any chance that he would ever be on stage at the RNC with Trump if he didn't take a bullet in the back of the head?
Yeah.
It's disingenuous at best.
Corey's fire.
I was articulated yesterday by a couple of my friends that our country was not founded on.
Okay, here's where we're going to start with the lies. Our country was founded by and should always be, it cannot operate unless Judeo-Christian right-wing nationalists are at the helm. And they have to believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, or our country will fall apart.
I was articulated yesterday by a couple of my friends that our country was not founded on Christian principles. Our country was founded on common law because the Declaration only refers to God 4 times in the Constitution. It doesn't refer to God at all. And it only articulates the structure of government.
Remember that we were a collection of states and colonies, and you need to read.
By the way, they clipped out most of what this guy said, right? You can tell there's a bunch of jump cuts in it.
At all. And it only articulates the structure of government.
Remember that we were a collection of states and colonies, and you need to read the state constitutions before anything else. 9 out of 13 of the original states required you to be a Bible-believing Christian to serve in government.
Lie. 9 out of the 13 colonies required you to be a Bible-believing Christian to serve in the government?
At the time of the founding. You could, even in Pennsylvania, actually, 13 out of 13 required a declaration of faith. 9 out of 13 required you to be a Protestant, except Maryland, which was Catholic, which still.
Oh, okay.
Almost every single one of the original state constitutions, Pennsylvania included, they had, I profess Lord and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior in the original state constitutions. So you remember a collection of states before that. Secondly, 55 to 56 of the original signers of the Declaration.
Well, it was, you would have heard a crack, right? It was supersonic rounds.
Were Bible-believing, church-attending Christians. You asked about common law. So common law is inherited from Blackstone, who was Christian. Common law is an outgrowth of the scriptures. So let's
common law was inherited from Blackstone?
go to 3 principles of common law. Presumption of innocence, due process, and jury of your peers. All 3 are biblical principles. So, and all wrap into the ultimate biblical principle that you shall not favor justice if you are rich or poor, which is in Leviticus 19, right before the most famous part of Leviticus 19.
Yeah, she was. She was saying that her husband was joking. He would be called up on stage at the rally. I'm saying they had his helmet and jacket up on the stage because he took a bullet in the back of the head. What are the chances he would ever be on stage or his helmet or jacket or anything else had he not taken a bullet?
Which is that you should love your neighbors yourself. But before that is that in the administration of justice, you shall not favor the rich or the poor, which is the idea of blind justice. We get that in the West, which is incorporated also in the New Testament ideal. Neither slave nor Greek nor Jew, you're all one in Jesus Christ, which is the idea of human equality. These are all biblical ideas. They're not Enlightenment ideas, which is they kind of get conflated at the time. But more importantly than that, they say that God was only mentioned 4 times in the Declaration of Independence. Well, that's a big deal. Okay. Laws of nature and nature's God. The last paragraph of the Declaration reads as a prayer. It's
a prayer. The last paragraph of the Declaration is a prayer to Jesus?
We appeal to the supreme judge of the universe. Who's the judge of the universe? Jesus Christ. It says in Revelation that Jesus will judge the earth on his throne. So in the Declaration, they were praying to Christ our Lord as a prayer very specifically. Thirdly, as I said on stage yesterday,
Christ our Lord
are the most quoted book, religious or non-religious, in the time of the founding when they were putting together the Constitution, more than John Locke, more than Montesquieu, more than Blackstone. The Book of Deuteronomy, which talked about laws, customs, traditions. It was Moses' farewell address as he's about to say goodbye, say, hey, good luck in Canaan, guys. Here's how you should set up your form of government. But finally, and most importantly, let's look at actually what the founders said. John Adams famously said,
his eyes are too close together for me.
The Constitution was only written for a moral, religious people. It was wholly inadequate for the people of any other. The body politic of America was so Christian and was so Protestant that our form and structure of government was built for the people that believed in Christ our Lord. One of the reasons we're living through a constitutional crisis is that we no longer have a Christian nation, but we have a Christian...
Don't worry. We know the experts. We know the experts. We'll just call in the experts.
Form of government, and they're incompatible. So you cannot have liberty if you do not have a Christian population. So that's just...
You cannot what? You cannot have what unless you have a Christian population?
Lord. One of the reasons we're living through a constitutional crisis is that we no longer have a Christian nation, but we have a Christian form of government, and they're incompatible. So you cannot have liberty if you do not have a Christian population.
You cannot have liberty without a Christian population. We have a Christian country and a non-Christian nation, and that's why we're going through crisis, right? You just need more Christians doing everything.
That's just a surface level belief. So then they'll go to the First Amendment, which has two parts of the First Amendment which get conflated. First of all, separation of church and state is not the U.S. Constitution. That is a single letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote in 1807 to the Danbury Baptist Convention in Massachusetts, assuring them that the government would not come after the church, okay, which is the opposite of what they would say. However, that was then resurrected by the Warren Court and the Burger Court in the 60s, where they said, hey, all of a sudden we're now going to make this steps of the Constitution. It does say in the Constitution 2 things, which is the Establishment Clause and the Free Expression Clause. The Establishment Clause is that Congress shall make no law prohibiting the free exercise thereof. What they were most worried about was a Presbyterian or a...
So now he's telling us what they're worried about.
Or a Quaker-type religion taking over the federal government. Instead, it was that there is not going to be a state-run religion or a state-run government. Did you know that one of the first acts of Congress was taxpayer-funded Bible printing and distribution? Did you know that there were church services held in the Supreme Court building as late as the Jackson presidency in the 1820s? But going back to this idea of separation of church and state, and again, I could riff on this ad nauseum because it's just so ridiculous, right? Is that
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting free exercise thereof. Respecting an establishment of religion. That's pretty fucking cut and dry separation of church and state.
It's not biblical because, first, it's not biblical. It's not constitutional because you go a layer deeper. People that even say that, do you believe in separation of morality and state? Nobody does. So all laws are a reflection of morality, and all morality comes from somewhere. There is no such thing as neutral morality. And we believe what founders believe because they put it in the halls of Congress. They put it in the
He probably does have a copy of it, Suko's Chinese history book.
Supreme Court. And they put
but over there, they just call it history.
Which the Decalogue, the Ten Commandments, is the core morality of how society and civilization should exist, right? The Ten Commandments of every person. And finally, and this is the kicker, if the founding fathers were not Bible-believing church-trained Christians, why did they put Leviticus on Liberty Bell? Not John, not Psalms, not Proverbs, not Genesis, Leviticus. Most Americans can't spell Leviticus. Leviticus 25:19, proclaim liberty throughout the land in which you are in. It is one of the most sinister, most unsubstantiated lies that does not come up against any sort of academic scrutiny. This idea that the founding fathers were a bunch of enlightenment common law deists. The reason they hate it is because the reason they must say this is that if we actually go back to our Christian roots and we go back to where we once were, it's America's best hope for revival and for a great future.
Great future. Here we go. These are the Christian nationalists trying to take over your fucking country. But
everybody, I'm Dan McClellan.
We have the experts. Dan McClellan is the expert. Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Let's take a look at a video.
Our country was founded on common law because the Declaration only refers to God 4 times in the Constitution. It doesn't refer to God at all, and it only articulates the structure of government.
So first of all, remember that we were a collection of states and colonies, and you need to read the state constitutions before anything else. 13 out of 13 required a declaration of faith. 9 out of 13 required you to be a Protestant, except Maryland, which was Catholic, which still required a declaration of faith. Every single one of the original state constitutions, Pennsylvania included, they had, I profess Lord and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior in the original state constitution.
So there are two critical problems with Charlie's claims here. The first is that they're all entirely false. It's
no.
All 13.
Charlie, no! No, surely you wouldn't go out on a national stage and just fucking lie to people, would you?
Here. The first is that they're all entirely false. It's simply not true that all 13 of the original colonial state constitutions required some kind of declaration of faith. It is true that 9 of the 13 required some kind of religious test for holding public office. And of those 9, only 5 had anything at all to say about the Protestant religion. And of those 9, only 1 required anybody profess any faith at all in Jesus. Most of them were just about some kind of generic belief in the Christian religion or
This goes back to a dated time where they thought, and it failed miserably, that being of some type of religion made you a good person, right? Back when you ran for public office because you were a member of this church or whatever, right? This failed wildly because there's the same shitty people that are in church or the same shitty people when they're not at church, right? This failed wildly to say you had to have some type of religion to be a good person.
Belief in the creator God and the inspiration of the Old Testament and the New Testament. That was about it. And these were part of a belief that was current at the time that religion was foundational to morality, and that if we had these religious tests for office, that would ensure that our office holders were more moral. And within a few decades, pretty much everybody realized that really wasn't the case. The second critical problem with Charlie's claim is that it is fundamentally distorting to talk about the foundation of the United States of America by focusing on state constitutions. The U.S. Constitution directly and explicitly rejects any and all religious tests for public office.
Oh, wow. So you're saying, well, they had this religious text, which they didn't. You misquoted all that. But we explicitly reject any religious test to hold office. That's weird.
The fact that state constitutions briefly experimented with religious tests for public office, experiments that all failed, has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the foundations of the United States of America, which explicitly and directly reject any
Charlie.
religious tests for public office.
Secondly,
here I thought you were educating these young minds.
55 out of 56 of the original signers of the Declaration were Bible-believing, church-attending Christians.
Bible-believing, church-attending Christians. Bullshit. 55 out of 56? Bullshit.
This is also not true. 49 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence identified in some sense with some Protestant denomination, but the degree to which they were Bible-believing and church-attending varied from person to person.
You asked about common law. So common law is inherited from Blackstone, who was Christian.
This is entirely
Blackstone, who is common law, comes from Blackstone. Blackstone was Christian. Common law existed well before that.
False. Common law is not inherited from Blackstone. It long precedes Blackstone. It even precedes the arrival of Christianity.
Common law was around before Christianity? How did we get our morals? Oh my goodness.
To Great Britain, as Thomas Jefferson himself, the author of the Declaration of Independence, repeatedly argued. Now, the founders found Blackstone's discussion of common law particularly useful for their rhetoric, and particularly the fifth auxiliary right, which was the right to arms for their defense, and particularly when the sanctions of society and laws are found insufficient to restrain the violence of oppression. So no, common law is not based on Christianity, and even more recent scholarship has pointed out that while it was popular in the 19th century in America to argue that common law was based on Christianity, the data just don't support that.
Common law is an outgrowth of the scriptures. So let's go to 3 principles of common law: presumption of innocence, due process, and jury of your peers. All 3 are biblical principles.
Those principles are not found anywhere in the Bible.
So, and all wrapped into the ultimate biblical principle that...
And even more recent scholarship has pointed out that what common law was based on Christianity, the
outgrowth of the scriptures. So let's go to 3 principles of common law: presumption of innocence, due process, and jury of your peers. All 3 are biblical.
Presumption of innocence, due process, jury of your peers. All 3 of those come straight from the Bible.
principles.
Those principles are not found anywhere in the Bible.
So, and all.
Ooh, damn it. Charlie.
Wrapped into the ultimate biblical principle that you shall not favor justice if you are rich or poor, which is in Leviticus 19, right before the most famous part of Leviticus 19, which is that you should love your neighbors yourself.
There is absolutely no sense whatsoever in which this is the ultimate biblical principle.
But before that is that in the administration of justice, you shall not favor the rich or the poor, which is the idea of blind justice. We get that in the West, which is incorporated also in the New Testament ideal, neither slave nor Greek nor Jew, you're all one in Jesus Christ, which is the idea of human equality.
The notion that justice should be impartial and should equally serve the rich and the poor can actually be found
during a time where slavery was rampant. We're all equal, right? Human equality. That was the Bible.
Found in the laws of Hammurabi and in other law codes that precede Leviticus by over 1,000 years.
Oh, no.
They're all biblical ideas. They're not Christ, which is the idea of human equality.
The notion that justice should be impartial and should equally serve the rich and the poor can actually be found in the laws of Hammurabi and in other law codes that precede Leviticus by over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000 years before Leviticus was written.
These are all biblical ideas. They're not Enlightenment ideas.
On the contrary, these ideals can be found before and well beyond the reach of the Bible. And while I think they are certainly plausible and I think good interpretations of many passages within the Bible, they were always minority interpretations that were rejected by the overwhelming majority of Christians until...
Damn it. Until Enlightenment.
The Renaissance and the natural law and human rights of the Enlightenment provide context that made it so more and more Christians could endorse those interpretations and it could become the majority view within Christianity. So it certainly does not originate entirely independently of Christianity, but without the Renaissance and the Enlightenment, it never predominates within Christianity. So it's a lot more nuanced than just saying, these come from Christianity.
But more importantly than that, they say that God was only mentioned 4 times in the Declaration of Independence. Well, that's a big deal, okay? Laws of nature and nature's God. The last paragraph of the Declaration reads as a prayer.
Oh my goodness.
We appeal to the supreme judge of the universe. Who's the judge of the universe? Jesus Christ. It says in Revelation that Jesus will judge the earth on his throne.
This is an absolutely laughable misreading of the Declaration of Independence, and in my video number McClellan 2143, I show that Thomas Jefferson and the other men who helped write the Declaration of Independence were referring to a concept of deity more in line with a deist Enlightenment natural religion notion of providence.
Oh, no.
The God of the Bible. And
they weren't even talking about the God of the Bible? They weren't talking about baby Jeebus?
Certainly we're not talking about Jesus.
Thirdly, as I said on stage yesterday, Deuteronomy was by far the most quoted book, religious or non-religious, in the time of the founding when they were putting together the Constitution.
So this is a claim that I've addressed many times, most recently I think in my video number McClellan 1932, and it's based on a fundamental misunderstanding and misrepresentation of research that was published in the early 1980s by Donald Lutz, who found that if you looked at all political publications from between 1760
all political publications
and 1805, the text that is quoted more than any other is the Bible, and the book from the Bible that is quoted more than any other is Deuteronomy. But if you think that means the founders were quoting the Bible more than any other text, you would be wrong, because what that overlooks is that the majority of those references to the Bible and to Deuteronomy are coming from sermons that were being published in newspapers.
Remember how I told you can skew like research, especially with like averages and stuff, when you're talking about what book was quoted most in all political papers that were written or documents that were written at the time, at this time period, and you're looking at that and you're like, oh, they referenced the Bible the most, and they referenced the book of Deuteronomy the most out of the Bible. Yeah, because they were publishing sermons as political papers in the newspaper. Of course, the Bible's going to be mentioned a lot.
Not from the publications of the founders. And let's also look at the 2 years during the composition and the ratification of the Constitution and show that the Federalists never once quoted from the Bible. It's not anywhere in any of the documentation of the Constitutional Convention. It's not anywhere in any of the Federalist Papers. It's not anywhere in the publication.
Damn it, Charlie!
Written by the Federalists from 1787 to 1788. And if you look at the Anti-Federalists, they only quote it in 9% of their publications. So when it comes down to the creation of the United States of America, the Bible was not relevant.
But finally, and most importantly, let's look at actually what the founders said. John Adams famously said the Constitution was only written for a moral and religious people. It was wholly inadequate for the people of any other. The body politic of America was so Christian and was so Protestant that our form and structure of government was built for the people that believed in Christ our Lord. One of the reasons we're living through a constitutional crisis is that we know
Excuse me, off-word colonist. You're talking about the Ben Shapiro, famous white rapper? Put some respect on his name.
No longer have a Christian nation, but we have a Christian form of government, and they're incompatible. So you cannot have liberty if you do not have a Christian population.
Do you think our founding fathers wrote the Constitution only for a Christian nation that worships Jesus Christ, and it would be incompatible if you don't worship Jesus Christ?
So this is profoundly ignorant and misleading rhetoric that is not supported by any data. John Adams bought into the conventional wisdom of the late 18th century that held that some kind of religious belief was a solid foundation for morality, but pretty much everybody rejected that before too long. And if you would like a good discussion about the data regarding religion in American politics, Frank Lambert's book, Religion in American Politics, A Short History, is a wonderful discussion. And the fit for this video has been Green Lantern.
The Green Lantern. Damn it, Charlie Kirk. Now you want to get fucking, now you want to see Charlie Kirk get absolutely fucking dunked on at the DNC? Fucking let him cook, baby. Let's go back to Charlie Kirk's page.
Sorry, that covered it.
He shared this as if it was a win for him, okay? He shared this as if it was a win for him. So he gets confronted by saying, you claim you love the Constitution, you claim this. Donald Trump tried to overthrow the election. Ben Roethlisberger, and we called the people in Georgia. He asked them to find votes. He did all this. Now watch this. This guy's name is Parker. Parker Short. He's the leader of like the young Democrats, something, whatever. Check this out.
Because we have a Republican governor and a Republican secretary of state in the state of Georgia.
What's your name? You said Parker?
My name's Parker. We have a Republican governor and a Republican secretary of state in Georgia that approved our elections, and Donald Trump said that wasn't constitutional.
All right, relax.
Donald Trump tried to undermine our Constitution.
You're at 10. I just walked in. I'm here to just learn.
You're an anti-patriotic, anti-constitutional person crashing our party because you tried to stop our democracy.
Okay. He said, let me ask you one question. What do you think he's going to address? So what has been brought up so far is that Donald Trump said it was unconstitutional because the Georgia election was certified by Republican Secretary of State, Republican governor. He called them and asked them to find him votes. We've done the audit. We've done the count. Everything was right. And Donald Trump says he's fighting against the Constitution. So what do you think? He says, I just have one question for you. He calls him unconstitutional, unpatriotic. Donald Trump wanted to subvert the Constitution. You still support him. What do you think? What do you think he asked him? He's got one question to ask him to address all of this. He says, I only have one question to ask you. What do you think he asked him? Think about Matt Walsh. What would Matt Walsh say here?
And Donald Trump said that wasn't constitutional.
All right, relax.
Donald Trump tried to undermine our Constitution.
You're at 10. I just walked in. I'm here to just learn.
You're an anti-patriotic, anti-constitutional person crashing our party because you tried to stop our democracy.
I got one question.
Donald Trump called the Secretary of State of Georgia and told him to find him some votes.
What is a woman?
Find me some votes. Find me some votes, he said. Called up the governor and Secretary of State and said, find me the votes.
State of Georgia and told him to find him some votes.
What is a woman?
Oh my God. That is so fucking weird, y'all. Maybe you should meet one.
I'm married to one.
Same.
So all this about the Constitution being unconstitutional, him trying to steal the fucking election, him trying to subvert the election process, a Republican governor, a Republican Secretary of State were telling him the results are the results. They had the audit, they had the hand count, and Donald Trump calls it unconstitutional, even talks about suspending the Constitution. You claim to be a patriot and support the Constitution. What do you have to say about that? What's a woman?
Republican governor and Republican Secretary of State in the state of Georgia.
What's your name?
You said Parker?
My name's Parker. We have a Republican governor and a Republican Secretary of State in Georgia that approved our elections, and Donald Trump said that wasn't constitutional.
All right, relax.
Donald Trump tried to undermine our Constitution.
You're at 10. I just walked in. I'm here to just learn.
You're an anti-patriotic, anti-constitutional person crashing our party because you tried to stop our democracy.
I got one question.
Donald Trump called the Secretary of State of Georgia and told him to find him some votes.
What is a woman?
Oh my God. That is so fucking weird.
Clearly, they don't know what a woman is because they claimed that a man was boxing in women's Olympics, and then they suddenly wanted to say, well, there's some nuance here. Even though she's got a vagina and she's got tits and she got this and she got that and she got this, she's still a man. Clearly, they don't know what it is. Clearly, they don't know what it is. This is Parker. I don't know what his handle is. I think his last name's Short, but he doesn't go by that. He goes by Parker. Is this it? Parker, get a job. Here's some of his content.
Who are you voting for this year?
Donald Trump.
And why are you doing that?
Because Joe Biden sucks.
So, speaking about Sleepy Joe, do you think that him saying that he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years is a really bad thing?
Yeah.
Do you think people shouldn't vote for him because of that?
I think the guy should be thrown in jail.
What would you say if I told you that Trump actually said that he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years? Do you think he should be put in jail?
Well, he wouldn't say it. He's not an idiot.
He did.
She's going to be my girlfriend in 10 years. Just look.
You want to hear it?
Lay it on me.
It was a trap.
I'm just going to punch him in the face if he embarrasses me.
Typical. All right, well, now it's just making a joke.
Yeah, all right, I'm done with you.
I'm done with you.
You want to hear the clip?
Oh, no.
Who are you voting for this? Could I ask you any questions about Sleepy Joe real quick? Go for it. How do you feel about the fact that he said that he would date a 10-year-old in 10 years?
Oh, God. I don't know. No. Biden? Yeah.
Yeah, do you think that's like yeah?
Oh, fuck yeah. I man, to be honest.
So if I told you that was actually Trump that said that and not Biden, would you still say the same thing?
Yeah, I don't think he ever said that.
What if I were to show you right now?
I'd like to see it. I don't know. Technology nowadays.
Here it is.
Manipulate pretty good.
It's from 1992.
1992.
So there was no AI at that time.
Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
He said, I'm going to be dating her in 10 years to a 10-year-old girl and her family.
Interesting. Video's cut. I'm not believing that video.
You think it's fake?
Yeah.
What makes you think it's fake?
Well, one, you can manipulate the videos like every other day.
In 1992?
But that's not 1992. That's
that was the CBS News from 1992.
Can you play the video again?
CBS News from 1992.
Oh, well, Major, I want to start with a short video clip from 1992 from Entertainment Tonight, which is owned by CBS Television. In it, Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl. Let's listen to that.
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
Can you believe it? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Say, I'm going to be dating
Not
her
now,
in 10 years.
but 10 years from now.
Major, I wonder how concerned...
See if I could see a date.
1992. If it was true, would you him just like you would Biden?
Oh, yeah.
So, could I ask you any questions about Sleepy Joe real quick?
Before.
Would you vote for someone that's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse?
Well, we've got one.
Oh, thank you, Jessica McBride. I'm sure she'll say happy birthday to Brian. Today's her actual birthday. Well, I guess it was, the time's already changed, but still.
Office now that's got the same issue. What's the difference? We've had people in there,
Vote for someone that's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse.
Well, we've got one in office now that's got the same issue. What's the difference? We've had people in there, like Bill and Hillary.
Did they get held liable for sexual abuse?
No.
So would you vote for someone that was held liable for sexual abuse?
No.
But Donald Trump has been held liable for sexual abuse, so why would you vote for him?
We need
MAGA.
something different in the country.
Need something different.
What about him saying that he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years? Or him saying something in common that he has with his daughter is sex when she says real estate and golf?
What's something you have in common with your daughter? Sex. He meant real estate and golf.
I didn't hear that one, so I don't know. Don't have an answer.
Would you like to hear it?
No, I'm good.
So would you still vote for him regardless of hearing these things?
I am still going to vote for him, yes.
Why?
Because we need a change in the government. And there's nobody else in the candidacy. And at least when he speaks, he's clear. He's not having to stumble. He's not missing cues, everything else. He's going to say it like it is.
So is that why he consistently lies all the time about the election?
Who doesn't lie?
Would you vote for someone that's been held legally responsible for?
And it's not about Trump. Even if you don't like the guy, we gotta keep our freedoms. Yeah. Freedom of speech is the main one.
How do you feel about Trump, trying to throw people into prison for a year for burning the American flag? Isn't that freedom of expression?
When did Trump say he was going to throw people in prison for burning the American flag? I don't know if he's
We ought to come up with legislation that if you burn the American flag
don't know if I agree with that. I mean, I think you have to have ultimate freedom to do whatever you want.
I'm gay and I love Trump. And, you know, I'm gay, but I love Trump.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. I love his policies. You know.
Trump's for LGBT. He's not for.
Wait, excuse me. What policy of President Trump's do you like?
All the policies.
Can you name one that you particularly like?
Close the borders. Keep his jobs here.
Wait, the only policy to close the borders was Biden's that Trump actually shot down twice.
No, I beg to differ.
There was a bunch of stuff. By the way, people that are still arguing with me about there was hidden stuff in the bill or whatever, Trump had nothing to do with it. Someone told me on Twitter, like, why would Trump tell people not to vote for it if it closed the border? He bragged about it. He bragged about it and says, please blame it on me. It was me.
Yeah. And it's not about Trump. Even if you don't.
I've got a video clip of MAGA people before MAGA existed. You want to see it? Before MAGA was a thing, there were still MAGA people. And I've got the ultimate MAGA clip.
Attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common this one.
Any attempt to restrict drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common this one. A fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
Getting kind of communist. Getting kind of communist around here after you work a hard day and you can't even drink 2 or 3 beers on the way home.
Drinking and driving here is viewed by some as downright undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common this one. A fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want.
Baby in the car! Baby in the car! I like to drink a beer, me and my little one driving around here. I don't want no commie telling me I can't have blood alcohol content.
Then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be a communist country.
Pretty soon we're going to be a communist. They've been saying this shit since the fucking dawn of time. You want me to strap my baby in a seatbelt? What are you, a dirty commie?
Undemocratic.
It's kind of getting common this one. A fella can't put in a hard day's work, put in 11, 12 hours a day, and then get in your truck and at least drink 1 or 2 beers.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be a communist country.
God damn! Tell them communists I want to drink and drive with my childrens. Jesus Christ. MAGA before MAGA ever was.
Would you vote for someone that has been held legally responsible for abuse?
Lean towards probably not.
Yeah, so Trump has been held liable for using Eugene Carroll.
I don't know who Eugene Carroll is. But when you say like being held liable, you mean like he was convicted of assault?
In a civil court. And yes, abuse. The judge actually said.
Okay, but you're saying in a civil courts they don't handle assault cases. They do. Criminal. That's a criminal.
No, it's the only reason it wasn't in a criminal court was because it was past the statute of limitations, which means after a certain set of years, you can't try the case after that, which is a really weird, messed up law that I don't think should exist, but it does exist in New York. If you were to know someone, like say a babysitter, that they were held legally responsible for abusing a child, would you let them take care of your children?
A babysitter? No, probably not.
So why would you let them take care of the country?
So like these cases took place in New York?
Yeah, because that's where he committed the crimes.
Recently,
it's on Twitter. I actually got it from a Twitter account. Let me see if I can find that Twitter account. FBI agent. What's his name? Agent Self FBI. It's on his Twitter account. Agent Self FBI on Twitter.
They've shown that they're not really credible.
Did you know his lawyers selected the jury?
Well, that's what lawyers do.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So did he pick bad lawyers?
That's like subjectional, I guess.
Would you vote for someone Who are you voting for?
All,
Well, obviously.
all the, well, you know, that was probably by a jury. Yeah, Trump's lawyer got to pick the jury with another lawyer from the other side. He was still held liable.
Donald J. Trump.
And why is that?
Taxes were low. Now the country's a mess. In the last 4
I just
years,
now
my
found the
business
Agent
every
Self
year
guy, but I've been sharing some of his stuff.
has declined underneath Biden.
Did you know we're still under Trump tax policy?
Trump, no, actually that's not true.
The same people that'll say any infringement, they're trying to make us into communists, they're trying to take this away, they're trying to do that, would literally rather die than admit that Trump passed anti-gun legislation, but he did. Just because it's on bump stocks, it doesn't matter. A step is a step is a step, right? He banned bump stocks. If it was anybody but Trump, they'd be screaming Second Amendment. If it was fucking Obama, you wouldn't be able to buy ammo right now. For the next 2 years, it would be sold out. Because it's Trump, there's an excuse. There's an excuse for everything he does.
Because the taxes were raised.
That's due to Trump tax policy.
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so.
No, actually that's
tax policy.
Business every year has declined underneath Biden.
Did you know we're still under Trump tax policy?
So my business has declined every year under Biden. We're still operating under Trump's tax policy. No.
Trump, no, actually that's not true because the taxes were raised.
That's due to Trump tax policy.
Yeah, it expired. It expired for you, but not for his wealthy friends.
I don't believe so.
Who are you voting for this year?
Well, obviously.
Ma'am, who are you voting for this year?
Donald Trump.
Please just give me about.
Oh my God, did that do
Who are
that?
you voting for this year?
Donald Trump.
He is a businessman.
Do you know a single good businessman that has 6 bankruptcies?
No.
Would you vote for Bill Gates?
No.
Isn't he a better businessman than Trump, though?
I have my issues with Bill Gates.
Arguably, right? He's a better businessman than Trump.
Do you have issues with Donald Trump?
No.
He said that he wouldn't have abused E. Jean Carroll because she was quote-unquote not his type, but then in a deposition mistook E. Jean Carroll for his ex-wife. So either he's incoherent and couldn't tell the difference between his ex-wife.
That is wild, dude. He said he wouldn't rape E. Jean Carroll because the way she looks, right? Not my top. Then they said, can you identify the people in this picture? And he said, that's me and my wife. And they're like, no, that's you and E. Jean Carroll.
Someone he abused, or it was the case she was his type and he would have abused her.
I don't have an answer.
But imagine your defense. Imagine someone you loved gets raped. And then the person accused of the rape stands in court and says, I wouldn't rape her. She's not my type. Fucking Trump's a convicted felon. He shouldn't even be voting. But DeSantis ran down there and said he would do whatever it takes to make sure Trump could vote.
For that one.
Could you name one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class?
I can't name it off the top of my head.
Ma'am, who are you voting for?
Please just give me a valid reason as to why they're voting for Kamala Harris.
A valid reason would be that she hasn't been held legally responsible for abuse, defamation, fraud. She doesn't have 34 felonies. She didn't try to undermine our American democracy for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that she won. She also supported and influenced to get passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the largest investment in renewable energy, and the $35 cap on insulin for seniors. She had the most tie-breaking votes out of any vice president in the last 200 years, including the nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman on the Supreme Court, and the Inflation Reduction Act.
So far, the only two that I've heard is because she's a woman and she's black.
Those aren't the only reasons people are bringing up. Those are just the reasons that you're listening to.
I want a woman that's known for using her mouth to get to the positions that she's in. And I don't mean public speeches.
This is just blatant misogyny. She has no reason to believe this. There's no good evidence that indicates this. And even if it were true, so what? Why not blame the system that set up these particular conditions that in order for a woman to get in the position that she is, that she'd have to engage in such acts? It's always blame the victim. It's never blame the system.
But then again, based off the morals of the women of the left, not surprising.
Says the one who's voting for someone who brags about walking in the changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote-unquote owns the place, says he has sex in common with his daughter when she says real estate and golf.
He can do what he wants. Trump claimed that his after dodging the draft with educational deferments, and then bone spurs, says that his personal Vietnam was trying not to get STDs from all the people he was sleeping with while people were actually dying in Vietnam. He says he owns the place, so he can go in while they're half naked, completely undressed, into the back to check on things, and no one can tell him not to because he owns the Miss Teen USA pageant.
Brags about walking in the changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote-unquote owns the place. Says he has sex in common with his daughter when she says real estate and golf. Says he would date his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter. Calls his daughter voluptuous. Says yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass.
But I'm not going to vote for someone just because they've got a cooch, especially one that is pro-defund the police,
Convicted felon.
and open border.
What open border policy? Y'all just make this up.
Again, open. Well, Biden opened a border.
Also, you have a "Don't Tread on Me" flag in your background. If you actually were a libertarian, you'd be okay with an open border because that specifically the
A true, by the book, libertarian believes in open borders.
Border existing restricts the free flow of labor.
Those are the same ones that say that Trump is trying to take down the democracy, and you don't even realize what's happening in front of your own eyes. You now have a candidate that...
Just because someone says something, is that how we look at all the stuff that people say? Is that how we decide that something's true? Show me evidence.
You did not vote for.
We did vote for Kamala Harris as vice president, the Biden-Harris ticket. If Biden steps down, Harris steps up. That's how it works.
All you are is a puppet in their game. I thank you for your service of being a little social justice warrior for the past 4 years, but we don't want that anymore.
Thank you for your service for being a MAGA droid, because you've got no evidence, no reason, no facts. All you've got is feeling.
Please just give me a valid reason as to why they're voting for Kamala.
I'll answer any question you want if you're a Biden supporter.
Okay, for sure.
Sure. Especially you were in Iowa, which makes no sense to me, but it is what it is.
Can you name
What radical skateboarding 40-year-old man just stepped out of an energy drink commercial from 1998 with his visor on backwards? Who is this guy, and how do we get more of him? He looks like my character creation on the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Okay, for sure.
Especially you were in Iowa, which makes no sense to me, but it is what it is.
Can you name any policy that Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class?
Here's what I could tell you about Trump. I'm a veteran, first off, okay? What Biden's done to this country is run it into the ground, okay? First off, there's a trail of over 100 million that we see go to his bank accounts and his family's bank accounts. What happens? Nothing.
Where do you see this?
You don't see it? You haven't been watching?
Where did you find this evidence?
Okay. They've been breaking the evidence down. Congress has been breaking it down for the last several months. You got to be blind if you don't see this.
Show me which documents specifically indict Joe Biden.
No, they didn't indict him. They didn't indict him because right now he's being protected, okay? We know what's going on here. But here's the deal. Hunter Biden, you don't just get jobs and millions of dollars with Burisma and all this other stuff when you don't know anything. You think the influence that Hunter Biden's what do you think that influence is for? Oh, Joe Biden's my buddy. No, Joe Biden's compromised right now. This country's compromised. That's why millions are coming across the border.
Why would millions be coming to this country if it's compromised and bad?
Because
if the country was so shitty, why would people be fighting tooth and nail through this open border policy?
They're bad people. I'll answer any question you want.
God, that's an amazing look, dude. This is going to be my outfit when I go to one of the fucking Trump rallies undercover. This is it right here. Dude, I got to get one of those visors with a fake wig underneath it. He's all party in the back, dude. Look at that. He's got the Don and the Karen. That is amazing, bro.
What's this for? Oh, Joe Biden's...
Let's get that close-up shot. Hold on. God damn. Save some pussy for the rest of us, bro. Jesus Christ. My wife watches this show.
So if you want to sit here and have this hole in office for another 4 years, you're going to be dead and everybody else in this country because it's been infiltrated. We basically were protected. We were safe here, right? Now with Biden, we're not safe. You have no idea.
Is tourism infiltration?
It's not tourism.
No, but people can come here through the context of flying here. They can come here to a higher degree through that. And that's how major organizations get into this country.
Build a wall big enough to stop airplanes. They can't fly that high.
That's how major organizations get into this country. Sure. Is they get people.
Go for the knee.
Have documents to be able to come to the country legally. So actually, did you know that undocumented immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens?
Who does that study? Let me see that.
It's well documented, not only in our country, but in other countries that undocumented, I know everybody loves to hate undocumented immigrants. Undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than natural-born citizens. It makes sense they don't want to get fucking deported, right? Are there people that come across that commit crimes? Sure. Are there tons of Americans here that commit crimes? Sure. But if we take the numbers, they don't want to get pulled over, they don't want to commit a crime, they don't want to do anything, and potentially get sent back to where they came from.
TNAS.org. What is the relevant difference in immigration policy between the Biden administration and the Obama administration?
And it's not only in America. When European countries do the studies, when other countries do the study, they find that short of like we're at war or infiltrating our neighboring country or something, short of like an Israeli thing where people sneak into Israel, you know what I'm saying? They're less likely. Statistically way less. I was going to say orders of magnitude. That's probably not true. Statistically way less likely.
There's more people coming now and less people coming then.
I believe that was it. I mean, when you see them. I'll answer any question you want if you're Biden.
Sorry, I skipped part of it. I want to hear that question.
Now and less people coming then.
You see that
TNAS.org. What is the relevant difference in immigration policy between the Biden administration and the Obama administration? That means there's more people coming now and less people coming then.
I believe that was it. I mean, when you see the millions that are letting get away and then are crossing.
What's the policy difference?
I don't know.
If there's no policy difference, doesn't that tell you that it would be external causes, like say inflation, whether it be COVID, things that are not necessarily caused by Joe Biden?
Or maybe Trump putting unreasonable sanctions on Venezuela?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if people want to come in the country, what about doing it the legal way, right? So if you want to sit here...
We just got word that at a rally in Pennsylvania, Donald Trump was pew-pewed at and it grazed his right ear, making him bleed. The pew-pewer was unalived, along with another person that was in the audience. We do have confirmation of that. So my heart goes out to the family that lost.
It's amazing how we have to fucking talk. It's amazing how we have to fucking talk to get on social media. They've turned us into children.
A loved one as it relates to that scenario. But I think as people on the left, we need to acknowledge that we do not want our political opponents unalived. We want to beat them at the polls. We want to...
Well, Destiny has some pretty hot takes on that. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for being here. Charlie Kirk's a lying piece of shit. America was founded for everybody, regardless of religion. It's not incompatible with a population that is no longer whatever percentage of Christian. That's insane. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you had fun with us. Happy birthday to Mariah. It was her birthday today. We had dinner together. I think she's still working. So thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. She's watching a baby all week, so she'll be occupied. I got her a present. It'll be here tomorrow. Maybe she'll do it. It's like a project and show you guys. But consider supporting the show. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here. Go to coldbeer.fund if you want to support the show. It's cheaper than cable. If you have fun hanging out with me for 2 hours and 8 minutes tonight. We'll get back to some longer streams as soon as the house is renovated and flipped to the new render. I've been pretty busy on that. I think I worked till like 8 o'clock tonight, but thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, and we'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good night, and don't do anything Charlie Kirk would do because you end up looking like Charlie Kirk. We'll see you guys. Coldbeer.fund to make a contribution to the show.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular...
Dude, I've been having so much fun fucking with people on Twitter.
...balls to call out the people...
Brunch?
...on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fucking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about...
Brian, no one wants you to clean until you take the boys to school.
You better
Lisa said whatever you don't get done, she'll grab it tomorrow. It's fine.
I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, beating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped him to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Oh my God. Damn it.